Hey everybody, I just want to do a quick explainer on the front end of this vlog this go around, because other than the shot you're watching right now, the rest was shot on film on my Super 8 camera. This takes cartridges of film. There are 50 foot of film in a cartridge. There's a counter right there. At the standard of 24 frames a second, which is kind of the standard these days, that nets me about 2.5 minutes. And I shot several cartridges at the Minnesota State Fair. I went with my friend Chris. He's an expat living in Australia, and he hadn't been to the fair in several years here in Minnesota. So we went and we had a really fun time. Let's take a look, and I'm gonna narrate a little bit along the way too.
Going to the fair. Minnesota State Fair, baby.
Yeah, Chris and I actually went down fairly early in the morning. We parked at my friend's, the Moe's house, because it's really close, and they're awesome. Let us park there. It was pretty busy, but not like crazy crowded busy. The weather was just perfect, though. It was sunny, but not humid. There was a decent breeze. We met up with Peter, Chris's friend. We were headed to the Ag Building when Peter actually spotted this taco truck. Yeah, cheese curd tacos. I read an Axios article about good eats at the fair, and this was on the list, and Peter spotted it for us.
There it is. All right, Egg Building? I think so.
After the taco detour, first thing in the morning, we headed into the egg barns. This is cows, or bovine, or whatever have you. There's just so much fun stuff to look at here at the fair. I don't even really know how to explain it to somebody who's never been. It's not like a county fair. It's not even really like a state fair at most other states. It's just so huge. Speaking of huge, here's the largest boar. Peter loved that. Yeah, people really get into it. I mean, they got these pig hats. Pigs with big butts. We'll go with butts. Yeah. Bacon. There's all sorts of stuff going on that's free to see. Look at these horses. Chris found out how many hands tall he is. Horses are measured in hands, I guess. There's people like dressing their animals and, grooming them. And I'm pretty sure there's like competition for a lot of this stuff. This isn't just like for people to look at. This young woman's shearing her sheep. Pretty cool to just sort of walk through and see this stuff as it happens. There's always something going on. Here's the chickens, like every kind of chicken, probably. I don't even know. Look at how many cages there are. So many people just having a good time. Really simple, but really fun. Doesn't matter if you like pork, chicken, both, like this gentleman. This dog was herding sheep, I think. We watched a couple dogs. This one didn't do as well, it seemed like, but yeah, some of them were really impressive. About this time, we decided to take a drink break. I had also clocked this Dreamsicle slushie before we headed to the fair, and so we stopped and grabbed that. There's Chris's smile of approval. And then Peter wanted to head down and grab one of the classics, which is Sweet Martha's cookies. And we found the Tractors along the way. Sweet Martha's is like, you get a massive tub of chocolate chip cookies and they pile it so full you can't even put the lid on. So you just, you gotta eat like 4 or 5 chocolate chip cookies each just to get it closed. You just gotta. Real hard to deal with. After that, we hit the horticulture building. This building, it's hard to tell from the footage, but it's really cool. It's got like a rotunda in the middle and all these exhibit halls off the edges. Here's, I think, largest pumpkin. Oh no, that's Chris. And just every fruit and veggie imaginable. You saw us grabbing apple cider slushies, or ices, rather. Those are super good. This is also where the craft beer is at. So we got a flight, tried 4 local Minnesota brews. Chris was real happy about that. And then he broke his sunglasses.
Hop back in?
Oh yeah. He's a chibi that found at my mom's.
That'll do, pig. There, you gotta vogue it up.
And we wandered into a parade. This is just the kind of stuff that happens at the fair. You wander around and you run into stuff. There were marching bands. We saw the royalty. They get their likenesses carved in butter. There's a giant cow. I always stop at Anchor because they have this mini donut latte that's just so good. And then Chris was enamored with the DNR pond, which I love that on a slower day. And we wanted to grab some photo booth photos because it's a hobby of Chris's. That was really fun as well. I don't know how he spotted that way in that carnival, but he did. And my last eat was the International Bazaar, the Union Mung Kitchen.
We made it. They're pretty big. That was crazy good. I can see why the line was like out of the bazaar last year.
And key for a fair food, not like deep fried to hell.
Yeah. Actually, like, not terrible to
Yeah.
your guts. Yeah.
Like you want to hit a couple of those. I think the tacos were good.
They're a good opener, but you can't have too many of those.
No, you just die.
And this about wraps it up. Yeah, that's the state fair. Just kidding, there's more. We actually went to the Renaissance Festival the week after, and I saved a roll just for that. We went with Kimmy's good friend, Gray. They love the Renaissance Festival. Their partner actually works here at the Renaissance Festival. These folks do like crazy chicken sketches on this little side stage. It's kind of slapstick. Here we've got some fairy tales impromptu acted out. Here's Gray's partner. So much fun. I'm trying to remember what they're doing here. This one might be a Shakespeare. I'm trying to remember. They also did, I think, 3 Little Pigs. Or no, Snow White. This is Snow White. I actually have audio from this, but it's difficult to match up. I might do that as a separate thing on a separate occasion. We're hitting the end of the month, and I've got to get this video out to stick to my promise of 1 a month. Look at this giant rocking horse. The permanent structures are really fun at the Renaissance Festival too. Look at all these buildings. It just really makes it feel not authentic, but extra fun. This is my friend Sydney. She's their first female jouster. Last year I got to watch her full contact joust win a joust with her first unhorsing of her opponent. Obviously, a lot of this is semi-play. It's kind of WWE, but the contact's no joke. It was a really hot day, and she's wearing a huge tin can. I mean, it's crazy. So much fun, though. How can you not love it?